Hey everybody, this is Ilja from Gamechanger Audio, and welcome to Guitar Summer 2019. We started out as a company that builds guitar pedals, but now, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of stuff here. So we are slowly making our mark in the not only guitar pedal industry, but we have the plasma rack here, which we are very proud of. And we have our Motor Synth here. Even though we're a young company, and even though we start out with the pedals, we don't feel like it's our responsibility to only stay in that one field. Like the philosophy of the company and the reason why we're building things in the first place is that we want to inject a little, like a sense of originality and like imagination and a little bit more like creativity into the gear world. So at NAMM shows, and I'm sure that like you've been like to gear conventions and everything, you can find tons and tons of pedals and guitars and amps, and sometimes it feels that a lot of it is kind of repetitive and people are copying each other or just like changing things just very incrementally. So with Gamechanger, the whole point is that we want to not just build guitar effects and pedals and like whatever synths, and we don't want to just build gear, we want to invent gear and then build it. So that's kind of like the whole point of our things. That's also the reason why we don't release 5 pedals every year or 5 products every year. And we want to be like Quentin Tarantino movies, where we only have one release every so often, but each one of them is a big blockbuster. So far so good. And the last thing we made, which was our 2019 flagship product, was the Motor synthesizer. So the Motor Synth is a very long and complicated story. It started off like we wanted to build a pedal with a motor. Then we started building it, realized that we were like unsure about it. Then we started building a huge keyboard instrument with 38 motors, and then we realized that we are stupid. Like, what the hell are you doing? And in the end, we kind of arrived at this compact desktop sized version with 8 motors, and finally released it in May 2019 as a concept. And yeah, now it's September and we are really close to starting manufacturing that. So yeah, Motor Synth is going to be out in stores in 2020, and also yeah, stay tuned, because 2020 is going to be a good year for Gamechanger pedals, where we have a few things planned. So yeah, I can show you the Motor Synth, and yeah, rock and roll, let's go, yeah! This is the Motor Synth. I'm going to play it in a short while, but as you can see, so if I unplug it, by the way, this is a prototype, still, right? I know it looks amazing, but it's still a prototype. The real thing is coming out soon. So, you see these like 8 discs here, and if you can film it from the back a little bit, you see those are little pink Hello Kitty motors. So these motors are typically used in the drone industry, and that's kind of the evolution of this idea in the first place. So we have a lot of really cool engineers at Gamechanger headquarters, and as engineers do, they have strange geeky hobbies. And some of our engineers, they have this like passion for like these flying drones, and that's what they do in their spare time. They take them apart and build them, and fuck around with them. Like I think they're really annoying, but yeah, thanks to that drone culture, people in China, they have learned like how to make really great, fantastically stable and durable and super cheap motors. So thank you, drone people and Chinese manufacturers. Now we have these amazing little motors, and they're super stable. They can be controlled like with almost musical precision, and that's kind of the moment when we realized that, and we were like, hey, yeah, musical precision, okay, let's do something with that. And then we realized that like in the synthesizer world, there's the standard terminology is like voices or like VCOs, voltage controlled oscillators. That's what produces the tonality, like the signal. We realized that electromotors are exactly that. They are voltage controlled oscillators, only super huge and mechanical, electromechanical. So put it all together, we combined these like electromotors with an analog synth filter section and like all the traditional features of the synth world. So we have the result is this like kind of instrument. So it's a two-voice polyphonic instrument that currently supports 4-note polyphony. So that's why we have voice 1, 4 motors, and voice 2 of other four motors. And standard synth features include like the scale knob, but only in this case, like every time you do this, the motor starts spinning twice as fast instantly, like that. And like separate ADSR for the VCA of each voice, all hidden in this one kind of one knob here. So yeah, you can see you can draw custom like ADSR curve using this one knob. Then we have acceleration, like which is the portamento for each voice, and you can go and mess with the filter section, or you can just have like a guitar style approach, like one knob tone control. So put it all together, plus modulation, cross modulation, like frequency and ring modes, arpeggiation, sequencing, looping, all this stuff. It took a long time, like to put together, and the result is that we have in my opinion, in this one unit we have the equivalent of a medium-sized modular synth system, just in terms of how many different bleep bloop sounds you can make with it. So yes, let's plug in and make some space farts. Okay. Okay.
You are real.
Thank you, Lord. Jesus.
Anyway.